So if you tried to buy anything in the last year and a half or so, you'll know how hard it is to get your hands on pretty much anything electronic. Supply chain shortages have really caused supply and demand to skew heavily in favor of demand over supply. It's pretty difficult to just go to the store now and get anything that requires a microchip and just walk out with it. The same rings true for cars. Cars require microchips, and if you want a good car with a lot of features that's not a base model, it's fairly difficult to find something right now, especially if you want to get it for what it's actually worth and not overpaying for it. And the Ram TRX is a textbook example of a car right now that, number one, it's impossible to find. Number two, if you can find it, you're more than likely going to have to way overpay for it. If you can find a dealership who doesn't do markups, you're going to have to be quick on the draw, because they're coming in once every couple of months now. I bought a 21 Ram TRX in February of last year. I watched all throughout the year as my dealership got TRXs in, and I'm fairly certain my local dealership got maybe 5 all year long. 5 Ram TRXs in a 1-year period. That's crazy to me. And so far this year, they've gotten one 22 Ram TRX, just one. As I've looked across the internet, most of the Ram TRXs I'm seeing for 22 are the Ignition Orange editions. I've only seen one in my state that was a 22, and it was something other than the Ignition Orange edition. Now, the Ignition Orange edition is a 6-figure truck. If you manage to get your hands on one, you're going to pay 6 figures for it. Any desire for a different color than Ignition Orange at this point, your best bet under normal circumstances would be to order that truck, to go to your local Dodge dealer, or find a Dodge dealership that's not going to mark the truck up above MSRP and place an order. That would normally be the case, as I did with my 22 Dodge Challenger Hellcat Red Eye Jailbreak. I went down to my local Dodge dealership and I ordered it. And when I ordered it, I was under the understanding that this is going to be kind of a limited vehicle. It's going to be a while before I would get my hands on it. But I didn't do an order for a Ram TRX for 22, even though I'm chasing one of those, because I didn't want to be limited. I didn't want to be limited by placing an order for one and then having to be stuck waiting for it. I wanted the flexibility of running out and grabbing one when it became available. Now, I'm doing this video specifically for one of my subscribers. He goes by Detroit ZL1, and we talk all the time about his Ram TRX order. And I've heard similar stories from other people who have ordered these trucks from a dealer, but his story specifically is very souring. It's crazy to me that a manufacturer can take an order for something and not be able to fulfill that order for an extended period of time. It seems to me, if they're having this much difficulty with building these Ram TRXs, that they would kind of, in my opinion, they should pull resources from some of the other Ram trucks that are being brought to dealer lots. I've seen plenty of Ram Rebels and Laramies and Bighorns and those kind of trucks being brought out to the dealer lot and sitting on the dealer lot, not necessarily for an extended period of time, but longer than what a TRX would. TRXs generally sell before they even hit the lot. But we're gonna focus specifically on his story for right now, and then I'll give you my thoughts on the entire process once we're finished talking about his story. And I know a lot of people would say, well, why are you taking one person's word for it? This isn't the norm. This isn't just one guy. This is one specific story that I have all the details on. But I've seen lots and lots of people complaining about how long it's taking to get Ram TRXs after they've been ordered. We're going to start at the beginning for his order. He originally ordered his truck back in August on the 16th. Original MSRP was $94,000. Had the level 2 equipment group, which is basically all the features that you would want in a Ram TRX, and he added the Harman Kardon package, which is the speaker package. This is basically every option that you could have in a Ram TRX. Original MSRP was $94,305. Now, when you place an order for a car, you're under the understanding it's going to be a few months before you'd get it. When I first ordered my Jailbreak Challenger, I was told February. Now I'm being told summer, and I'm okay with that. But if you go in with the understanding that you should have your car within a few months, and then it takes 6 or 7 or 8 months to get your car, I can understand why someone would be angered by that. You know, August, we're almost into February now, and I can tell you with full-blown knowledge that he hasn't gotten his truck yet, and it's going to be at least another couple of months. So I can understand where his frustration comes in and why he'd be angry by this. The first information, again, August 16th is when he placed the order. Was told MSRP was going to be $94,000. Level 2 equipment group and Harman Kardon audio package. Fully spec'd out truck, nice truck. This is pretty much how I'd want it as well, although we did disagree over bead locks. I don't like bead locks and he likes them. I think they ruin the wheel, but he likes them, and this is his truck. So that's the only difference that I would see in the way I'd want my truck built versus how he'd have his truck built. So he was called 2 weeks later by his dealer to confirm his order, and they told him then that the MSRP of the truck was going to go up $1,000. Now, ordinarily, $1,000 on a truck like this, that would not be such a big deal. But your price changing after you've already placed the order, that's kind of one of those things where you kind of reject it on principle. I'd be upset about it. But you know, $94,000 or $95,000, it would not be enough for me to want to walk away from that kind of deal. At this point, the truck went into D status and he got his VIN number. Now, keep in mind, this is the end of August. He has a VIN number and his truck is in D status. A D status basically means that your order has been accepted and it's ready to be scheduled to be built. That doesn't mean it's being built at that particular moment. They still have to order all the materials and get everything together to build the truck. D status means that the order has been accepted and it's holding for parts. Now, it can stay in D status for an extended period of time. In this case, his vehicle was in D status for several months, and we'll get to the update on his status fairly soon. From August 31st to November 1st, this is, got around 2 months, no updates whatsoever. Didn't change from D status, wasn't scheduled to be built, no update on when the parts were going to be available. 2 months straight with no updates, but his MSRP went up another $3,000. That would really irritate me. I can tell you that with 100% certainty. It jumped $1,000, now it's jumped another $3,000. MSRP is supposed to be a set price that the dealer or the manufacturer is charging for the truck, and he signs a contract for the truck at $94,000. Now it's $98,000. Nothing's changed whatsoever. He didn't add anything to the truck. He didn't take anything away from the truck, but the MSRP has changed $4,000. This is not a dealer markup now. This is just the fact that they wanted to raise the price, and they did. The truck was not price protected, and this was not a result of a dealer markup. This was MSRP going up $4,000 over the period of 3 months since he placed his order. So this is the point where I would really, really get insulted and would go off on a tangent. He called the dealership to ask if he could just cancel his order and get his deposit back if they weren't going to honor the original price. To which he was told that he could only cancel his order and get his deposit back once the truck was built, delivered, and sold to another customer. That would really set me over the edge if I agreed to this price and then they raised the price up and then told me that I couldn't even cancel my order and get my deposit back until the truck had been built, delivered, and sold. I'm sitting here waiting for several months to get my vehicle. You've raised the price on me twice now. I would be pretty pissed off about that. He called corporate several times, couldn't get a call back. When he finally did get a call back, operator told him that they didn't understand why his truck wasn't being built because some with similar spec to his had already been built, shipped, and delivered. Now imagine that. You place your order in August, we're in December now. Other trucks that were ordered after yours have already been built and shipped out to their owners, and you're still sitting in D status. I'd be really irritated by this point. He finally got a call back from someone at corporate who explained to him that one of the reasons for the delay was the trailer reverse steering option. There was a recall on that option, and it was causing a delay with his truck being built. He asked if he could remove that option to expedite the process and was told that they didn't know if it was an option or not. At this point, I would be livid. We're 5 months into the whole process. Still no truck, still no scheduled date for the truck being built. Being told an option that's causing his truck to be delayed can't be removed. Like I would be very, very sour in this process by this point. Finally, by mid-January, we're in mid-January now, he got an update that his status had changed to D1, which is where the materials have all been gathered. The truck has a scheduled date Once it hits D1 status, you should have your truck or your car within 6 to 8 weeks. But he was also told that he's over $100,000 on his MSRP now. His MSRP has jumped $6,000 since he placed the order. Makes no sense whatsoever. I'm hoping that he can get this resolved with his dealer or with Dodge or Ram or whoever is in charge. Again, he's waited 6 months for his truck. He's going to have to wait another 2 months now that it's finally been changed to D1 status. But his MSRP has raised another $2,000. He's over $100,000 for this truck now. At least his truck is being built. But I've told him, I was like, this sucks. I can't, justify anything that's going on here. I'm a big fan of the Ram and Dodge brands, but I can't justify any of this stuff. He also ordered a Z06 Corvette, and he said he's getting regular updates from Chevy on that. And the whole process has been a lot smoother dealing with GM than it was dealing with Ram on his TRX build. And again, I'm a big time Ram Dodge fanboy. I can't justify any of this stuff. Now, I've been told that the Ram TRX for 22 is not a limited production model. It doesn't have a cap on how many they're going to build. They'll build as many as get ordered. But I don't understand how that's going to happen when we're already 6 to 7 months into when they've started placing the orders. And I've only seen one come to my dealer. I haven't heard of anyone accepting delivery of their 22 TRX that they ordered. I know that Weston Champlin got an ignition orange one, but he bought it from a dealer. My dealer got one of those. Street Speed has one, but he bought it at auction. I haven't heard of anyone actually taking delivery of their 22 TRX that they ordered themselves. I'm not saying it hasn't happened. I'm just saying I haven't heard that. So I'm kind of I'm at a loss for, if you order one, at what point does your order get canceled? Or at what point can they not fulfill the order? I know that they're still building 21s. Like, my local Dodge dealership is still getting 21 Charger and Challengers, and we're well into 22 now. At what point can they not fulfill the order anymore? There's word that this may be the last year of the Ram TRX. They're not going to build the Hellcats anymore after the 23 model year, and the TRX may go away before that. It's just rumor at this point, nothing substantiated, but it kind of blows my mind that they're still accepting orders for these trucks and they just can't build them fast enough. And it's of no fault of anyone specific. It's the world we live in right now. Supply and demand. Demand is higher than what they can meet for as far as supply goes. It's just crazy to me. But this is why I didn't order one. I saw this coming. I watched last year when only 5 T-Rexes came all year long. So I figured I would just sit back and wait on my dealer to get one that had similar specs to what I wanted, or I would look around. If you go on Car Gurus or Auto Trader, these trucks that are available are well more than what MSRP is, and you're going to pay way more. So it's a catch-22. If you want it built and you want to get it for MSRP, the only way to do that is to find a dealer willing to do it at MSRP and go order it. But then you're going to wait. You're going to have to go into this with a lot of patience. If you expect your car to be built right away, that's just not going to happen. So hopefully for me, luckily for me, my local dealer doesn't do markups, and I'm hoping they get one soon, because I definitely want to pick up a 22 T-Rex. I actually considered buying a 21 that's available about 2 hours north of here, just to go ahead and get it done. I have some irons in the fire that I'm trying to work out before I go buy another car right now, especially considering we just bought the Hellcat Durango. But I want to get back into a T-Rex. I've missed mine since I bought it, and I've failed to buy a new T-Rex 2 or 3 times now. So my advice, if you can find one on a dealer lot with no markup, go for that. If you order one, it's going to be a long wait. That's just all I can say. To Detroit Z01, you have my sympathies. I'm sorry that your process has played out the way that it has. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that bell so you get notified for all the videos. I appreciate you guys watching, and y'all take it easy.